When Coco Gauff stood with the French Open trophy held high above her head, the tennis world paused in admiration. A dream realized. A champion born on clay. At just 21 years old, she had climbed the Parisian mountain and shouted to the world that her time had come. But in tennis, the celebration is fleeting. The transition is ruthless. And the next challenge waits on a different surface with no mercy and no delay. Just days after tasting glory at Roland Garros, Gauff found herself thousands of miles away from the red dirt of Paris, stepping onto the fast, slick, and unforgiving grass courts of Berlin. The contrast could not be sharper. The rhythm is different, the bounce unpredictable, the movement foreign. The clay rewards patience. Grass demands aggression. On clay, she slid into greatness. On grass, she stumbled at the first hurdle. Her debut at the Berlin Open, just under 2 weeks after her Grand Slam triumph, ended in disappointment. A straight sets loss. No warning shots. No feel-out round. Just a crash back to earth. But this is not a story of failure. It's a reminder of how brutal and beautiful tennis can be. Grass isn't just another surface. It's a transformation. A recalibration of the senses. The speed of play increases, the margins tighten, and confidence built on one surface doesn't always carry over to another. And for Gauff, the expectations now weigh heavier than ever before. No longer the underdog. No longer the rising star. She's a champion now. And champions are hunted. Her opponent in Berlin came prepared, not just to challenge her game, but to test her readiness. The result? A quiet, humbling reminder that Grand Slam glory doesn't guarantee week-to-week dominance. But what separates the greats from the good is not how they celebrate victory, it's how they respond to adversity. Coco Gauff has already shown resilience beyond her years. She's no stranger to setbacks. From her earliest days on the WTA Tour, she's had the spotlight on her shoulders, the pressure in every swing, and the doubters questioning every step. Yet she's risen, time and again. And this moment, this loss on the grass, will be no different. It's not a collapse. It's a checkpoint. A challenge. A new chapter in the story of a Grand Slam champion learning to navigate the expectations that come with greatness. She left Paris with cheers echoing in her ears. She leaves Berlin in silence. But within that silence lies reflection. Growth. Fire. She knows now what needs to change. The timing, the footwork, the approach. Grass is a puzzle. And Coco is still solving it. There will be more matches. More tournaments. And soon, the lawns of Wimbledon will call. Wimbledon, the cathedral of grass court tennis. The place where history is written and rewritten. And Gauff will arrive not just as a contender, but as a major champion with something to prove. Because now, every opponent knows she can win big. And every loss will be measured not in ranking points, but in how she carries the weight of that shiny trophy she won in Paris. But this isn't the end of momentum. It's the beginning of adaptation. Her run at the French Open wasn't an accident. It was the culmination of years of hard work, mental toughness, and tactical brilliance. That doesn't vanish with one loss on unfamiliar ground. If anything, it sharpens the blade. The journey from clay to grass is always the shortest yet the hardest. It tests the mental fortitude of even the most experienced players. Coco Gauff is still learning. Still adjusting. Still ascending. And Berlin, that's just one stop along the way. She'll leave Germany with more questions than answers. But that's how champions evolve. In the questions. In the discomfort. In the transition zones. This wasn't the ending of a hot streak. It was the beginning of another climb. Because Coco Gauff isn't just chasing wins anymore. She's building a legacy. And legacies aren't built on comfort, they're built in the storms between the triumphs. So don't count her out because of one early exit. Watch what she does next. Because if clay made her a champion, grass might just make her unstoppable.